Good day and God bless you. I'm so glad to serve as a state administrator for the Texas Ministries of the Church of God, and I'm glad to serve with you. In this short video, I want to explore a very important but often misunderstood concept. Let me begin by asking the question, is your church safe? Now, it may seem like a strange question, but in Acts chapter 20, verses 28 and 29, a very similar question was asked then. This is what it says. Keep watch over yourselves and the flock of which the Holy Spirit has made you overseers. Be shepherds of the church of God, which he bought with his own blood. I know that after I leave, says Paul, savage wolves will come in among you and will not spare the flock. We're not going to exegete the text, but here's the main point, is we as leaders have a fiduciary responsibility to care for those sheep in our fold. This is spiritual, this is doctrinal, but it's also organizational. And in today's age, we're often finding that there are wolves who are seeking to destroy local congregations and their organizations. So let me offer the question one more time. Is your church safe? For most congregations, the answer is a regrettable no. But if you enact a proper safety deeding process, you can then answer the question with an unqualified yes. In this video, I want to answer a series of important questions. The first question is, what is safety deeding? It is often assumed that a congregation exists today in its current form. It will forever exist in that form. However, time changes all things, even local church bodies. With change comes the possibility of loss, and wise church leaders seek to prevent this loss from happening. Safety deeding is a legal process whereby a local congregation ensures the assets of the congregation are both protected against threats to the congregation and ensures the assets remain in the Church of God family should the church dissolve. Bottom line, safety deeding preserves the historical integrity of the congregation even after it passes away. Let's use an analogy to better understand safety deeding. Most of the time, a safety deed is enacted when a church is ready to close. When this happens, a safety deed is like an estate plan. The state office is the entity with the power of attorney, so to speak. It executes the last will and testament of the local church. By doing this, the state office respects the autonomy and wishes of the local church. The safety deed thus ensures the legacy of your church finds safe passage into the future of kingdom work. Another important question is simply the question, why do a safety deed? There are many good reasons for it. One reason is that safety deeding maintains the historical legacy and intent of the founders of the church. In other words, the people who started the church will still have their expression of will exhibited through a safety deeding process. Reason number two is safety deeding prevents outside predators from stealing the congregation's real property. When the state shares the deed with the local congregation, it enables us to work on your behalf to make sure the property always remains your property. Reason number three, safety deeding offers additional partnership with the state entity whose mission is to help you win the world for Jesus. You don't have to worry about anything with the safety deed because we are standing with you to protect your real assets. Reason number four is safety deeding is asked of all churches as part of the general values and policies of the Church of God movement as written into the Credentials Manual. These are some important reasons to consider as you think about a safety deeding program. A third great question is what circumstances would make a safety deed helpful? There are three. One, if a church no longer operates in harmony with the Church of God, then a safety deed could be enacted to ensure that that church always remains in harmony with the Church of God. A second reason is if someone tries to steal the church. This happens more frequently than most people realize, and it's a very important reason to have a safety deed so that we can ensure the property remains a part of the Church of God movement and remains your church. A third reason is if a church closes, particularly when there are no longer people to bring proper closure to the church, then the state can act on the church's behalf to ensure that this property remains as a part of the heritage of the Church of God movement. So, how is a safety deed done? Fortunately, the process is really pretty easy. First of all, you'll contact the state office and we help you begin the process. Second, your board and congregation will formally approve a resolution to enact a safety deeding program. Next, the church will supply some required information. We'll then take that required information, give it to the attorney, and in most cases, the attorney will do the rest of the work, and the cost is just a few $100s. It's really a great bargain to protect the legacy of your congregation. What else might I need to know? Well, please remember, this program doesn't protect your bank accounts. It's also not designed to protect against lawsuits for ministry negligence. In some cases, churches that still have legal language involving the now defunct Board of Church Extension may require additional processes in cost. But if you ever do have a question, please know that we are always here to help you. Now, in conclusion, the truth is this: no single church will exist forever. But this doesn't mean a congregation's legacy can't live after the doors have been closed. Safety deeding is the best way available to seed the future with the work of the past, your work. Thank you for considering the value of a safety deed. We are here to serve you. If you need more information, just contact the state office. God bless you, and God bless your local church.